If I had to describe Ippatsu Kiki Musume in one word, it would be this. It's a ton of lowbrow humor, and I can't really show a lot of clips either because there's also a ton of nudity as well, so I'll just be going through, showing clips where I can, and discussing some of my favorite moments, because I don't think I've ever laughed this much looking at such a short anime, or in this short amount of time. So, one episode, this woman goes into her bathroom, and she's getting ready to take a bath, and the tub is just filled with water because she didn't drain it the last time she took a bath, and it's just all green and nasty. So for whatever reason, she doesn't just stick her arm in there and pull the plug out. She sticks her whole head in there, and as the water is going down the drain, her ponytail gets sucked in, and all of her hair stuck in there, and the water stops draining. So her entire body, like the upper half of her body, is in the water, and her feet are like just out in the air like this. So she's trying to find a way to survive. I'm getting demonetized with this one. So she's trying to find a way to continue breathing because she's running out of air. So she's thinking, well, hey, my body is basically just one big tube. If I can breathe through my mouth, then it goes to my lungs, and I can obviously breathe back in through my butthole, and that'll go to my lungs as well. It doesn't work that way, and she tries it. Then a roommate or friend walks in the room and is like, hey, what's going on here? I can't hear what she's saying, but it's obvious that she's going to run out of breath soon, so I need to do something. So she tries to force air down, down through the same direction, and that won't work because she figures something's stuck in there. It is pretty gross, but thankfully the animation here is really simplistic, so it's not like too graphic. So one of the solutions they come up with to try and resolve the situation is that she grabs a towel with her toe and brings it into the tub with her, and she starts dipping it into the water and then taking it out of the tub and wringing it off with her feet, and then doing that over and over again. Of course, that's not going to work. And eventually they just pull her out, and that was that. Another episode, which is the first episode of the anime that you saw, where she was screaming. Now, she was in a sauna in that scene, and because she was a gymnast and whatnot, she's very limber, and because she was in the sauna, her joints and everything loosened up, and her shoulders and hips dislocated all at once. So she's in there, and her jaw also dislocates through the process of the episode as well. So she's in there. She can't scream for help because nobody's listening. She's trying to contort it all in special ways so that she can flop and roll across the room in order to get to the door, but the only way she can do that is with her mouth, and that dislocates her jaw. That one's pretty funny too, but it's kind of more simplistic. It's not as intricate as some of the other ones are. There's this one other episode where the woman she's like the boxing girl that holds up the sign in between rounds so that you know what round they're at, and she's got to do that, but she's got to take a major dump, and every time in between rounds she tries to go to the bathroom, but the bathroom is like 3 floors up, so she's trying to get there faster each time, and each time she finds a way to get there a little bit faster. Like she finds the elevator one time, or she finds that she can take off certain parts of clothing and just get away with it. So she'll run up there, take off part of the clothing, run back, and then go back up the next round. And she repeats that process over and over again because she's really got to go to the bathroom, and she just can't seem to do it because there's just not enough time. There's another episode where, this is one of my favorite episodes here. This is actually what got me into the series. I saw this clip online. You might have seen it too. It's pretty popular. Where she's sleeping, and this huge snake is in the room with her, and it just clamps onto her. He's got her upper half of her body. There's a lot of moments in this anime where their upper body is like immobile, and they have to do things with their feet, but this huge snake has got her upper body in its mouth, and she's trying to do things with its feet. So she remembers one clip where she can like judo chop a snake on the back of the head, and it will let go of a cat or something like that. So she tries it with her foot. So she like reaches her foot back up there and tries to hit the reach over her head because her face is down, and she tries to reach backwards with her foot and kick it on the top of its head, and that doesn't work. And she realizes that the reason why it's not working is because the snake isn't aware that it's a hand. Like, it's very specific. It's got to be a hand that chops it, not a foot, but a hand. So in order for that to happen, she has to make it believe that her foot is actually her hand, which means she needs to have a head, and that requires for her to do something. So she grabs a broom with one foot with her toes, and she grabs a marker with her other foot with her toes, and she draws a face on the broom, and she's trying to decide, because she's trying to insert the broom handle so that the the head of the broom sticking out so it'll look like her head to the snake, but she's trying to determine which hole she should put it into, and she's thinking about like the clamping pressure of each hole, and she eventually decides, okay, that's no good. This isn't gonna work because the broom handle is actually long, so you know. So what she ends up doing, she finds this deflated Santa balloon, and she uses her feet to like nuzzle it up against her butthole, and she tries to inflate it the only way she knows how. That is the experience that you're getting yourself into with this anime. For me, I just laughed at it every single episode, and I just wanted to share with you guys. Even though it's such a short little experience here, I think you guys are going to enjoy it, but of course, it's not going to be for everyone. Some people are going to find it repulsive and disgusting, but I like it. I think it's funny, and I wanted to share it with you all. So if you decide to go ahead and check it out, let me know what you think. Come back and leave me a comment, and share this video with a friend so more can experience this hilarious anime. I want to say thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon and through YouTube channel memberships for making these videos possible, and a special thanks to Nia-chan for supporting the channel with the 3rd tier. I'll see you all tomorrow with my review of SSSS Gridman and SSSS Dynazenon, both series together. See you then.